We think that there's a whole series of revolutions brewing in the energy business. And those revolutions, as they unfold, could transform energy and could lead to all kinds of new futures, hopefully with lower emissions of carbon dioxide and other warming gases and other pollutants and so on. And I think that's right. But I think we often forget that many of the same innovations that are making possible new visions for renewables, which Google.org has been doing a ton of work on, are also affecting the oil and gas industry itself. New materials, big data, imaging, and so on. These are having a tremendous impact on the oil and gas industry. And I think there's a decent chance, maybe better than even chance, that when we look back on this period of tremendous innovation in the energy space, that we actually see that this innovation has overall had the effect of actually making fossil fuels a lot more competitive than we might have originally thought. You may like that vision, you may not like that vision. I'm set that aside. I think it is plausible because so much is happening here. Peter Robertson mentioned this discussion now about North America becoming at least net independent of energy. Almost nobody expected that 5 years ago, certainly not 10 years ago. It's just, it's tremendous. And it could well be that we look back on this period and we see the beginning of a world that's actually awash in fossil fuels, not a world that's scarce in fossil fuels and where fossil fuels on their own are going to become more expensive and drive themselves out of business, but actually could be highly competitive.
Any of you who have seen Scott Tinker's, I think, interesting movie, Switch, and if you haven't, go see it, he'll just draw us a straight line. Take the market share of oil and coal and the market share, we're including gas with nuclear and renewables, just draw them out and they cross in about 60 years. So batteries, renewables, et cetera, these are going to be absolutely part of our future. The issue is we can't wait 60 years if we want to meet the climate change imperative. So then the question becomes, where do we stand in terms of the evolution of these technologies on these timescales? And in that context, by the way, I do want to say that with a certain sense of optimism, that when we see all the train wrecks out there, including arguments about bankruptcies of this and that firm, we should keep in mind, long term, these are going to be a big part of our energy future, irrespective of a carbon policy. But I believe the latter will come in and will, in fact, accelerate where we're going.
Renewables are being deployed at a very rapid rate. And that's another area where even without the end-to-end smart grid, information and communications technology can be really important. We've talked for a long time about the fact that utility-grade wind turbines use 10 to 16 microprocessors. They're actually quite intelligent. And now we're working on actually using the same kind of management technology that you use to maybe get a virus patch, antivirus patch on your PC to do remote management of offshore wind turbines. Much more efficient than sending ships out to correct things. We can actually do it using our compute and communications functionality. In the US, we're starting to see some of the promise of big data come to bear. We heard about that a little bit earlier. We have a project that we're participating in Austin called Pecan Street, where we have homes that have smart meters, they have rooftop solar, they have electric vehicles, and we're able to take that data into the computer center along with weather prediction and algorithms that can decompose electricity loads. And we're going to end up with the capability of doing the equivalent of a check engine light for your home. So we can have your utility send a message to you saying, you probably need to change the filter on the refrigerator. It's not running as efficiently as it was a month ago.
Our business is technology agnostic. So we're looking for the best technology or the best solution for that customer, as opposed to something that we manufacture and try to drive into the scope of that project. How do we deploy the new stuff? How do you pick and choose it? Well, first of all, we meet with virtually every new technology company that's in energy, and a couple of things we do. One is we have a venture capital arm that may actually make an investment in that company. And what we're typically looking for is their technology transfer to some part of Chevron's global operations. You want to invest in what you know, so we don't tend to look at technology startup companies that we don't see a tech transfer opportunity. So we're looking at energy type technologies. And Another thing that we do is we meet with those technologies, even ones that we don't invest in, and we want to partner with them early. We want to provide them with real market feedback. We want to be able to get in there early enough to say, you know, if you develop your technology this way, we think you're going to have a hard time finding a market for it. But if you could do this with it, we think we could put that into every one of our customers' facilities.